A salary raise can feel like the moment money pressure should finally ease. The payslip is larger, the bank notification looks better, and for a few days the future seems wider. Yet many people reach the next payday with the same tight feeling they had before. The income changed, but the breathing room did not. That pattern has a name: lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation means regular spending rises as income rises. It does not require one dramatic purchase. It often arrives through several reasonable-looking upgrades: a more expensive phone plan, more food delivery, a nicer car payment, additional subscriptions, frequent convenience spending, or a home that costs more to maintain. Each decision may fit the new salary by itself. Together, they quietly claim the entire raise. Imagine a project coordinator named Lina. She earns a promotion and receives an extra amount every month. Before the first higher salary arrives, Lina has already imagined what it can fix. She can replace an aging phone, use taxis more often, upgrade her streaming plan, eat out on busy days, and move to a newer apartment when the lease ends. None of these wishes makes her irresponsible. The danger is that temporary excitement can turn a raise into permanent commitments. In the first month, Lina buys the phone using monthly installments. In the second, she adds a premium mobile plan because the difference seems small. She starts ordering dinner on late workdays because the promotion brings longer hours. Soon she upgrades the apartment and accepts a higher rent. 6 months later, the extra salary is gone before she makes a conscious decision about it. She is earning more but has less flexibility because several costs now repeat automatically. This is the important distinction: income is not the same as margin. Income is the money arriving. Margin is what remains after commitments and ordinary living costs. A raise improves income immediately, but it improves margin only when spending does not rise just as quickly. If every new dirham receives a new monthly job, the payslip grows while financial space stays unchanged. Lifestyle inflation is difficult to notice because the upgrades quickly become normal. The taxi that once felt like a treat becomes the default. The larger apartment becomes the minimum acceptable standard. The premium subscription becomes invisible until renewal day. Human beings adapt quickly to comfort. Yesterday's luxury becomes today's routine, and routines are emotionally harder to reverse than they were to start. There is also a social layer. A promotion can create a feeling that appearance should now match the new title. A person may feel pressure to dress differently, drive differently, entertain differently, or choose more expensive places. This is not always vanity. Sometimes it is an attempt to feel that hard work has produced visible progress. But visible progress and durable progress are not the same thing. One is seen immediately, the other is measured by growing choice and resilience. A useful educational approach is to pause before upgrading recurring costs. A one-time celebration ends once. A recurring commitment votes against future paydays again and again. Before turning a raise into a new payment, it helps to observe the higher income for a few months and learn what the promotion actually changes. New roles can bring commuting costs, work clothing, family expectations, or less time for low-cost routines. The real gain may be smaller than the headline number. This does not mean a person must freeze life and never enjoy better income. Money is also for comfort, dignity, family, and meaningful experiences. The lesson is about choosing upgrades deliberately instead of allowing every category to expand automatically. A raise can support both today and tomorrow when the person decides in advance which part may improve life now and which part will remain unclaimed. Think of the raise as fresh space in a crowded room. If new furniture fills every centimeter on the first day, the room becomes crowded again. Keeping some floor space empty may not look exciting, but it creates options. Financial margin works the same way. It can absorb an unexpected bill, support a future decision, or simply reduce the constant feeling that the next salary is already spent. Lina could have handled the same promotion differently without following a rigid percentage. She might celebrate once, delay large recurring upgrades, and watch the first few higher pay cycles. She could identify which old pressure genuinely needs attention and which desire appeared only because the raise made it possible. The goal is not deprivation. It is to prevent a temporary income increase from becoming a permanent cost increase before she understands the trade-off. Another common mistake is measuring progress only by the size of the salary. Two people can earn the same amount and experience very different levels of freedom. One may have high fixed commitments and little room to adapt. The other may keep more choices open. Salary is an important number, but it does not tell the whole story. The gap between income and commitments often matters more for everyday stability. A plain check after a raise is to compare before and after, not just payslip against payslip. Which costs increased once? Which increased every month? Which changes reduced genuine stress? Which merely became the new normal? These questions do not produce one correct lifestyle. They make the pattern visible before automatic payments make the decisions feel permanent. The main lesson is simple: a raise disappears when spending expands to meet it before margin has time to grow. Higher income can create progress, but only when some of the new capacity remains available. Enjoyment and responsibility do not have to fight each other. The useful skill is deciding what the raise will mean before habits decide on your behalf. Lifestyle inflation is not proof of failure, and avoiding it is not a promise of wealth. It is simply a money behavior concept that explains why earning more does not always feel like having more. This video is educational only, not financial advice. The purpose is to make the pattern easy to recognize so that future choices become more deliberate. In the next Money in Plain Lines lesson, we can examine the difference between a one-time expense and a recurring commitment, and why small monthly charges can become heavier than one visible purchase.